Welcome to the Underserved Economy. I'm Courtney, and we are about to get into our lesson as we journey through 52 weeks of launching our business in 2026. Today, we're going to be talking about the business model canvas. And if you are unfamiliar, the business model canvas is a tool that is used to evaluate a business's product or service. It's used by businesses and organizations of all sizes, and I will die on a hill by saying that it is the prerequisite before you write a business plan, before you buy a domain, before you build a website. You need to use a business model canvas. It allows you to get everything that's in your head and in your heart on paper. But before I talk about the business model canvas, I want to tell you why it's important. You could be like the many brown and Black entrepreneurs, women starting over, people that have done time, that have been told your business idea or product isn't viable and people won't buy it. But here's the truth. Business can be one of the most powerful tools to create freedom, stability, and break generational cycles of poverty. And it can be done in a way that honors your story, your values, your family, and your community. Today, we're going to explore using the business model canvas. This is a one-page sheet. Some people call this the lean canvas. It's a blueprint that helps you see all the parts of your business clearly. Think of it like a floor plan for your house. Before you go and buy furniture and put down rugs and get out hammer and nails, you need a plan. And that's what the business model canvas helps you do. It helps you know who you're serving, define what you offer, see how money comes in, and identify what you need to make it all work. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to fill out your own business model canvas in a way that fits your life and your goals and makes sense to you. Today, I'll be using a real life example. Meet Miss Denise. Miss Denise is 60, retired, a widow, and recently became the full-time guardian of her 10-year-old grandson. She has over 30 years of experience teaching children with disabilities, both in schools and in-home programs. She wants to start a tutoring service that is flexible, meaningful, and supportive of families just like hers. So everything that we talk about today will be applied to Miss Denise's business. You'll get an example of how it actually works in the real world and how you can apply the same things that we talk about to your business. Step one on your canvas is customer segments. Who are your people? This is about clarity and not exclusion. Many of us try to serve everyone because we fear we're going to miss opportunity. But the truth is, focus is where the freedom is. Now, I've worked with literally thousands of businesses, and I can say the biggest challenge for most businesses is understanding who their customer is. I need you to ask yourself, who do I understand deeply? Who trusts me already? And who needs my service right now? When you think about your ideal customer, you want to be so clear on who they are. You want to know where they live, what stores they shop at, who their friends are, and what they spend their leisure time doing. You want to be clear on a customer like you are describing a profile. We sometimes call these avatars because it really is an image of what your ideal customer looks like, what they experience. It personifies them in a way that you can actually identify them. Let's go to Miss Denise. Miss Denise customer segments are parents of children who are struggling with reading, grandparents raising grandchildren, families with children who have learning disabilities, and parents looking for culturally affirming, trauma-informed support. Now notice with Miss Denise, she's not trying to tutor every child. She's focused on the people who need her the most and who will trust her. You've got to get clear on your customer. But as we journey through these 52 weeks, we're going to talk more about customer segments. Now, the value proposition part of your business model canvas is your promise. What do you uniquely offer? What do you deliver on? This is what you actually do and give that changes someone's life. It's not your title. This isn't thinking about your credentials. This is the impact that you create in your customer's life. Many of us underestimate our value because our system has told us that we're not enough and that we're not qualified to provide the product or service that we've designed. Your promise honors your expertise and your lived experience. And this is where I'm going to take a moment to say one of the things that's challenging for entrepreneurs of color is that many of us decide to start businesses based upon our lived experience. What do I mean by that? It means we can relate to what we have produced or the service that we're offering because we've been where our customer has been. This is where you cannot devalue yourself or your experience because you are the expert. But this is about your customer, and this is about the problem that you are able to uniquely solve for them. When you can communicate your unique value proposition, this is what's going to allow you to stand out in the marketplace. Let's go to Miss Denise. Here's Miss Denise's promise. I help children who learn differently feel confident and excited about school while supporting caregivers who often feel unseen or overwhelmed. Let's break it down. Miss Denise has 30 years of teaching experience. Her skills, she's trauma informed and culturally relevant. Her trust, seen and respected in her community. Your value proposition is the heart of your business. It's why people choose you over everyone else. It's what sets you apart for other businesses that are offering the exact same products and services. I always tell businesses that we think that we have to package things different, or it has to be shinier, or it has to be sexier for us to stand out. That is not true. Your differentiator could be that you are consistent, that you call and contact leads back within 2 hours or 24 hours. Your value proposition is that you're available on the weekends. Don't limit yourself to what you think and have been told by the business or the trending culture of how to make your business stand out. Your value proposition is what you give, it's the impact you create, and it's what uniquely makes your products and service different. Sometimes we call it the secret sauce. Channels. Channels answer this question. How do people find you? For marginalized entrepreneurs, word of mouth and trusted community spaces are often more powerful than expensive marketing. What do I mean by this? It means that in communities of color, we generally buy from people that we trust. A lot of businesses, when they start out, they think they need to pay for ads. They think they need to bump up their SEO. They think they need to find a way to use digital marketing to target their customer. Your customer has to trust you. You do that through relationship. You use the relationships that you already have to ask those people to refer you and refer your services. Again, word of mouth and trusted community spaces are often more powerful than expensive marketing. Let's talk about Miss Denise's channels for her business. Now, channels, remember, this is how do people find you? Talking to parents at her church, local Black-led daycares, Facebook community boards, flyers in community centers, referrals from social workers in schools. This shows you don't need to spend thousands of dollars to get clients. You just need the right channels for your community and your target customer. Couple of great resources to check out. The book Superfans by Pat Flynn and 1,000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly. The next part of our business model canvas, we're going to look at customer relationships. Customer relationships, how do you take care of your people? This is where trust and consistency matter. People in our communities often need to feel safe before investing in our services. Unfortunately, there is a long-standing narrative that Black-owned businesses provide lower quality and inferior service. What happens is that we create this subconscious bias and additional barriers for ourselves as business owners and our clients. Let's go to Miss Denise's relationships. Free 20-minute school confidence check-ins for kids, text updates to parents, celebrating small wins, flexible scheduling for guardians who work shifts. A strong relationship is more valuable than a fancy service. It's what keeps families coming back. You want to have what we call a low churn rate, and that is how many people sign up versus how many people are leaving. When we think about customer relationships, we want to focus on retention. A lot of business owners just want to create more products, more services, and try to reach more people. Sometimes it's better, especially in the beginning, to go deep and focus on what your customer actually needs and provide them the best quality, consistent service so that you retain them in the long run. Revenue streams. This is how money comes in. Now, a lot of us carry shame around money, and we don't often charge what our service and product is worth. We've prioritized accessibility over profitability, often charging less to give our people access. I'm going to repeat that. We've prioritized accessibility over profitability and often charging less to give people who look like us access to our business. We have to be honest, realistic, and compassionate, both to ourselves and to our clients. Remember, going all the way back to the very beginning, customer segment. Be very clear on who you serve. Your product and service is not for everyone. Miss Denise streams. One-on-one tutoring, $45 to $60 an hour. Small reading groups, 3 kids at $25 a session. AP advocacy sessions, flat fee of $75. Summer learning boot camp. Multiple streams equal stability, especially for caregivers like Miss Denise. She can estimate her income considering her time. For new businesses, this is often a good idea that allows you to test your product and service. Now, generally, if you have a strong, what we call MVP or minimal viable product in the business world, we like you to lean in on that, and we like you to refine that and get that one good core product or service solid and execute on it in excellence. Now, for Miss Denise, she's starting out. For her, it is good to try a few different service offerings because she might see some seasonality in her business in the summertime or during the holidays when kids are out of school. This allows Miss Denise to project and have an idea of what her income can be like, especially in her first year of business. Key resources. Key resources are what make your business possible. Your tools, skills, relationships. Let's go to Miss Denise. Miss Denise's resources: 30 years of teaching experience, curriculum that she's already created, spare room for tutoring, and trusted community connections. When we think of our key resources, start with what you have. You don't need perfection. You need clarity. Key activities. What do you do every day to deliver your promise? Miss Denise key activities: lesson prep, tutoring sessions, parent check-ins, marketing 1 to 2 times per week, tracking payments. Here's a tip. Build a business around your life and not the other way around. You do not want to have a life and business that you have to escape from. This section in the business model canvas allows you to monitor your time. When you are a new entrepreneur, time is your most valuable investment. This section allows you to evaluate, how can I operate more efficiently? This is when we have to be real with the time that we have, with our lifestyle, with our commitments, and with our money. Do your activities align with your key activities? Where do you need your support? Where do you need to bring in help? This is a great place that AI is a benefit. Key partnerships. Who helps you win? Many of us try to do every single thing in business alone. Underserved economy business is about support networks. A great example is the New American communities in the States. In many cities, New American business owners' success quickly outpaces that of Black Americans. You know why? They prioritize community. There is where our opportunity lies. Who can you partner with? Who shares the same customer as you, but is not in direct competition? What opportunities do you have for collaboration? Are you a photographer who can partner with a brewery during the holidays? Are you a caterer or a food provider who could partner with an after-school center and libraries during the summer to address the needs of children who are food insecure? Let's talk about Miss Denise partners: school counselors, after-school programs, churches, and other tutors. Partnerships equal stability, shared resources, and less stress. Cost structure. Finally, cost structure is what it takes to run your business. Most entrepreneurs don't know their profit margin or what they need to break even. This can create a lot of challenges. That first challenge is cash flow. Second challenge is overspending. And a third challenge is debt management. Let's check out Miss Denise's costs. Learning materials, $150 to $200. Snacks for kids, $20 to $30 a month. Gas, $40 to $60 a month. Phone and internet, $10 to $20. Miss Denise has a total startup cost of under $300. It's affordable, it's realistic, and it's achievable for her situation. All businesses need an operational budget. No shame if you have been running your business and you don't have one. That happens to the best of us. We will get to that later in the 52 weeks as we launch our business. But first, we have to address our own personal spending habits, the money narratives that we carry, and how to break negative money patterns in our life. And there you have it. If you've made it this far, you've gone through every section of the business model canvas. The business model canvas, your blueprint, your tool to get everything that's in your mind and your heart on paper and to provide you clarity. We did the business model canvas together today using Miss Denise as a real life example. When we use Miss Denise, it allows us to understand how we can apply these principles and these ideas to a real life business. It's grounded and it's mapped in a real life example. It's easier to understand. As you move forward and get the ideas from your head on paper and hopefully use the business model canvas and go over some of the questions, I need you to remember that you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know everything about business or everything about your industry. What you need is clarity. You need compassion for yourself and for the individuals that you serve, and you need a realistic plan that fits your life. I encourage you to download the worksheet. You can also use the live link if you want to type this live and start building out your own business model canvas using your story, the business ideas that you have to make your business and future a reality. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm Courtney. We are the Underserved Economy, and I'm excited to be with you next week as we go into the next lesson in our 52 weeks to launch.